Dear students, welcome to PUC. Dear students, welcome to PUC second year biology class. In the earlier days, we have studied the 3 chapters. We have completed 3 chapters. One of the chapter is organisms and population. Second one is ecosystem. And the another chapter that we have studied is biodiversity and its conservation. Today, we are going to study the new lesson called the environmental issues in the unit called ecology. Already you are familiar with the definition of the ecology. What is organisms, what is population, what is ecosystem, what is biodiversity, how do we conserve the biodiversity, all these things we are familiar. And one of the chapter pertaining to the ecology related to the ecosystem, we are going to study environmental issues. Before starting the lesson, we must understand the heading. Why did they give like this? Environmental issues. Dear students, one thing we must remember. Environment means the surrounding where we live in. It's called environment, we say. And why the name is given environmental issues? So as human being nowadays, when we go back to earlier generations after generation, they were living very happily and healthily, and many years they were living. Nowadays, the lifespan has been reduced, and also people are not healthy. I am not generalizing. Majority of the people will be getting affected with one or the other problem because of the environment. Because I'm not blaming the environment, because human being has spoiled the environment. In the earlier days, when previous generations, they used to take care of this environment, and instead the environment used to take care of these people. But nowadays, we are spoiling the environment and it is affecting on our health. Therefore, this lesson is very much needed in our life to study. This lesson is very much needed to know the information, how it is getting polluted. Issues means problems. What are the problems related to the environment that we are going to study in this lesson? We must be at least aware. That is the purpose of the lesson which has been given to you. We need to understand what way are we polluting? How can we overcome from that? How can we take care of this environment? How can we protect this environment? Is environment directly related to us? Is environment directly affect to us? Is environment directly taking care of us or not? You'll understand after the completion of this lesson. So in this lesson, we are going to study what are the problems pertaining to the environment and how can we overcome from that. Also, we are going to study what is the solution of that. So let us see. One of that is environmental pollution. So in this, the environment is getting polluted day by day. This environment is affecting us. As it is getting polluted, it directly affects the human being health also. So there is a need to take care of this environment. Environmental pollution. You can see the first diagram, second diagram, third diagram. Are we polluting the environment? We can understand from this. So by looking at this, you can easily understand. In this lesson, we are going to study air pollution, water pollution, soil pollution, noise pollution, and so on. So these are the things we are going to study. These are the only main things that the human being is polluting, and they are directly affecting on us, because the basic things that the human being need is food, water, shelter. So that is being provided by the nature environment. Therefore, we need to take care. Now we will discuss what are the problems, issues pertaining to the environment, and same time we'll discuss how to overcome from that. One of the heading that we are going to study is pollution. The definition of the pollution is, it is any undesirable change in physical, chemical or biological characteristics of air, land, water or soil. This is the definition of the pollution. Any undesirable change in physical, chemical or biological characteristics of air, land, water or soil is called pollution. And or otherwise we can also generalize, undesirable changes that we see around us is called pollution. See, then what are the pollutants here? Pollutants means the agent that causes the pollution. The agent that cause pollution are called pollutants. Here, human population explosion increases. As the population is increasing, you see, China is one of the country which stands first in the population. After the China, India is the most populated country in the world. When we take the area wise, geographical wise, India stands first. Density wise, if we take the density, human density is more in India. So because of the increasing the population, there are so many things. There will be so many problems that are going to arise pertaining to the country. Unemployment, illiteracy, scarcity. There will be so many problems will be there. But pertaining to the lesson, human population explosion increases demand for food, obviously. See, for example, in our house, if 2 people are there, they may need 250 grams of rice per day or 500 grams per day. If there are 4 people, they need 100 grams of rice. If there are 8, 200. If they 10, like that keeps on increasing. So because of the increasing the population, their demand also increases. How the demand also increases? You see, population is increasing. Because of the increasing the population, human beings started occupying the land, agriculture land. You might have heard NA, non-agriculture land, GDA, NA, they will do. So once when the NA is being done, that means they are converting agriculture land into non-agriculture land. At that place, the commercial building may arise, factory may arise, industries may arise, or something else. But that is being converted from agriculture to non. Nothing is grown over there. Because of that, there is a shortage of the land, agriculture land. One side, population is increasing. They are occupying the land. More and more land they are occupying. Because of that, lesser and lesser amount of agriculture land is available. Decrease in the agriculture land. As there is a decrease in the availability of land, there is a decrease in the growing of the yield, growing of the crops that arises. Therefore, obviously, scarcity for food, scarcity for water. Whatever the water that is available on the earth, we are getting spoiled off. The water is getting spoiled. You can see one of the river, you can see, or sea coastal area, you can see. That's what you can see in the diagram here. In this manner, we are spoiling. That is being spoiled. There will be scarcity of water. Least amount of water is available for drinking. Whatever the amount of water that we see is not used. because it is salty water, sea water, ocean water, they are salty water, we cannot use them all. So little amount of water that is available is also, if we are spoiling from lakes, pond, rivers, if we spoil this water, that is also leads to the scarcity of water. Electricity, as the population increases, demand for the electricity also increases. Demand for the automobiles, you can see each earlier days to a village, 1970, 80, one scooter or one bike comes to the village, all people used to gather to see the vehicle. But nowadays, each house, each member will be having the vehicle. That's how the demand has been increased. That also leads to pollution. These all things, food, water, home, electricity, automobiles, because of these needs, we are spoiling the environment. You'll see, how are we doing that? Therefore, we are spoiling, we are polluting the environment. Therefore, the Indian government has passed the Environmental Act, that Environment Protection Act of 1986, to control environmental pollution and protect and improve the quality of our environment. There is some of the strategies are being made so that to control the quality of the environment can be done by. So the act is being passed. What is air pollution then? Air pollution, the undesirable changes that is taking place in the air is called air pollution. There are, because of the so many gases that are entering into the air, that leads to the air pollution. What are the causes for that? What are the causes of the air pollution? Particulate and gases, air pollutants from smokestacks. You can see in the diagram how the smoke is coming. These are the smokestacks. Industries, thermal power plant it is. So vehicles, so burning of the forest fire, burning. These are the smokestacks. Thermal smelters which is being melted. So because of that, this one will be the example of that. Because of all these diagrams, the directly smoke is entering into the atmosphere. These are the causes. Vehicles, industries, automobiles will be the examples for causing the pollution. Pollutants from the atmosphere also. Keeping in this, the government, central government, according to Central Pollution Control Board, particulate size, when the particulate size is less than 2.5 micrometer in diameter, that causes greatest harm to human health. If less than that also, even if it is there, pollutant, particulate matter, that will affect on the human health, that will be going to the body and affecting the many of the organs. That's according to estimation of that it has been done. Harmful effects. What are the effects that are going to happen? Particularly when the air pollution is there, it is affecting the respiratory system, remember. Particulates causes respiratory problems, irritation to the eyes, inflammation, damage to lungs, and also premature deaths. Premature death will be there because of that. Reduction in growth and yield of crops and premature death of plants will also occur because of this air pollution. I repeat, what are the harmful effects of air pollution? Particulates cause respiratory problems, irritation, inflammations, and damage to lungs, and also premature deaths of the children. Reduction in growth and yield of crops, there is greatly reduced in the yield of the crops, and premature death of the plants will also occur. These are some of the effects. Then comes to the control. How can we control them? Separate, filter out out particulate matters before releasing the harmful gases into the atmosphere. You can see first diagram. There will be a chimney, what we say, where the smoke is coming from the industries is called chimneys. The smoke comes from the chimneys. It should be very long, they say, such that the air must reach to the above the ground level. That has to be done. And whenever the chimneys are there, they have to be fitted with the filters, so that particular dust particles must be settled down over there, only pure air can be left into the atmosphere. That is one of the major has to be taken care. Use of lead free petrol or diesel. By vehicles, when we are using lead free petrol and diesel has to be used. Use of catalytic converters in the vehicles. We need to use catalytic, that we will see in the next. Use the catalytic converters in the vehicle, so that will filter the air, and after that it will leave to the atmosphere. Phasing out of the old vehicles, there are some of the norms which are being made. For example, when we take Delhi as an example, the vehicles can run on the road only for 10 years. All of us will be having the validity for any type of things that we purchase. Take medicines you take, that you take, powder, cosmetics, whatever you take, any of the product that you take, they will be having expiry date. Similarly, these vehicles also will be having the expiry date. In many of the states, the expiry date for the vehicle is 20 years. After the 20 years, they are not supposed to run on the road. But it changes in the metropolitan cities, cosmopolitan cities. Generally, I am telling, because when you take Delhi as an example, only 10 years they have the lifespan. After that, validity will be validity will get over, and they are not supposed to run on the road. Like that, phasing out of the world. After that, they have to be sent to the scrap. They must not be run on the road, because as they become older and older, they leave more and more smoke. Use of low sulfur petrol and diesel. This is one of the important, because that leads to the pollution of the air. Application of pollution level norms for vehicles. So there are pollution norms are there. We need to follow them. Use of compressed natural gas, CNG we need to use. But some of the disadvantages and advantages also they have, that CNG pertaining to that we will see in the next. These are some of the measures that we can take for the control of the pollution. I repeat once again: separate, filter out particulate matters before releasing the harmful gases into the atmosphere. Use of lead-free petrol or diesel. Use of catalytic converters. Phasing out of old vehicles. Use of low sulfur petrol and diesel. Application of pollution level norms for vehicles, etc. Use of compressed natural gas. Use of CNG. So pertaining to the catalytic converter, we'll see in the next class. Thank you.